Morning, Matt. Do you have your key with you? Yeah, okay.
Good, how are you? That's exactly right.
Thank you.
Any more to come?
Oh, I do that often, but, well, not right now.
last night, we gave a generic at the last team meeting.
Okay.
It's coming, we didn't have any person. You got calls with the last one?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Alright, well, if it's just y'all, we can just go to huddle.
Well, I wanna hear what you have to
I'll
say
be right
about
back. Oh, hi.
Cause I learn something every time I come to profit share,
Okay.
so.
Oh, there's somebody on there, Jackson. What did you load up for me? Oh. Okay. How do I know, who else is on Zoom? Morning, Jackson.
Good morning.
Hi.
What was that?
Oh, I was just saying hi to somebody else. Good morning.
Yeah, we're not saying hi to you. Hi, Jackson.
Hi.
Is he the only one on Zoom?
Yes, it's somebody. Yes. You're a ding dong, one more.
Yep. I just didn't, I wanna make sure that I wasn't not saying hi to somebody else. So in order for Jackson to see me, I have to be there, or I can be here.
He's not really gonna see you at all, you're on the screen share.
Alright, perfect. So I
You
can
could look
sit-
in that little window.
Okay, so I can sit here too. Okay,
I could make it so he could see you sitting there.
what?
I could make it so he can see you sitting
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I mean, if you, yeah, if you
there.
want.
Next to the little carrot, next to the video thing,
Uh-huh,
click on the little carrot. And then use the, what is it, US, there's a, try the USB key.
this one?
And then to the left, where the block is, where you can see what's going on.
Which one?
All the way over to the left.
This,
All the way over to the left.
all the way over to the left, this one.
Let's look at there. And the camera.
Oh. Okay,
That's something that indicates what you people do while I was gone.
there we
That
go.
could be me from boot camp on Saturday.
So the
Alright.
camera that's above you and to your left usually is,
Oh,
now
okay,
clearly is not.
okay. My plan for this morning and profit share was to talk less about what profit share is and more about how you can go out and grow your profit share. So how many people in here get profit share currently? Jimmy, you don't get profit share yet?
Oh, it's,
Oh. Okay, all right, awesome. So, Krista, you said you do get profit share?
Not much.
Not much, okay. All right, but you have some people in your.
I have in the past.
Okay, all right.
I don't have anybody, I don't think anybody's left in my downline, they've all left the business. They're all retired or died.
Okay, awesome. And then, I'm not sure what your name is in the back.
Me?
That's
Toddy.
I'm Dottie.
Oh, hi. Gosh, Tanya, I've heard so much about you.
Right? She's amazing.
It's mostly good things.
That's good.
Okay, so as it says here for passive income, profit share is passive income, right? So where you get a check, not a check, you get a deposit in your account every month on the 21st. Do you know how to check, for those of you that have profit share, do you know how to check where your profit share is?
No, remind us. I know that tool
In
exists.
command?
In Command Mobile?
Oh, that I don't know, I've always gone to reports on.
Oh, Very exciting.
You never go to
I bet you
reports, too.
Jason knows about it.
I don't even have.
So on command mobile at the very bottom. You wanna help me?
I should get my phone. I never open my phone during business hours. I don't even.
Yeah, go ahead and get into command mobile, and if you don't. Jason's gonna show us.
Oh, cool. That's a good idea.
Thank you. Okay. This is not for people with short legs. It's not for people at all. Yeah.
It's for show. It literally is for show.
Yeah,
I sit there.
is the other one better if you're sitting?
I don't sit.
I feel like that one's not good.
And then
Oh,
that
got
was
it. That's
it,
the
but
chair I
true.
usually sit on. Oh, I see my profit share down there.
Yeah, you hit this red button. It asks you if you're not signed in for your command, sign in and password. Same one you use on your computer. And then you literally roll down to the bottom, and it's in the bottom left corner.
So exciting.
That is exciting.
And if you go into it, it will tell you all about it. If
Oh.
you have it all built out and stuff like that.
Wait, how do you go into that?
Here,
You,
you wanna hook mine up?
push the space that it is.
It doesn't have that.
Oh, I see.
yeah. So then put mine when you hit it.
You just have stuff.
I have stuff, yeah. Okay.
It'll take a second.
There was a thing it asked me. Something I was supposed to hit, okay.
It tells me I have 2 participants, but it doesn't tell me who they are.
Okay, so on mine, you click on there, you'll see what your lifetime total is. And then how many participants. And then if
Mine does the same thing.
I thought it was gonna show me
Who they
my
were.
upline and downline and all
You
that.
can click on the downline.
No, it doesn't. Mine doesn't pull up either.
No, that's just gonna show you the most updated numbers. If you really wanna dig into that.
You go in the computer, yeah. I was thinking it was gonna show it on here, but it doesn't. But it's really cool, because it does show you like your total for the year, your lifetime total, how many people you have in your profit share, all of that.
That's cool. That's so much easier than your reports.
Oh, it's so much easier.
Right?
And I used to do it on Kelly every month, but,
Yeah.
Kelly sometimes didn't update right away, so,
Totally is gone.
yeah, Kelly is completely gone now, but, okay, here we go. Okay, so, back to, it gets deposited into our account on the 21st of every month. It's delightful. So, the goal is to get 7 people, or I'm sorry, 15 people in your first level is your goal. And then from there, it will grow naturally. So if you want to strategically grow your profit share, then I would literally time block time to do this. As far as with co-op agents, to really strategically work those leads, essentially. Now, there are people that do this where they time block every week and they work for profit share here locally, and then they also do things outside of their own market to grow their profit share. So there are ways to grow outside of just this area as well. Now, Jamie and I really want you to focus on this area first and then outside, but ultimately we want you to, what,
Zoom.
something?
Somebody just joined you in Zoom. Or left.
Oh, somebody else joined. Okay, thank you.
That was that doorbell.
That's the doorbell.
Okay, all right. So what are some ways for those of you that have profit share now? what are some ways that you've got profit share? Did you strategically do that or it just happened? It just happened?
I strategically did mine.
Okay. So were you time blocking or just conversations naturally happen?
When I was excited about it most when I first came over to Keller Williams. So I did not necessarily time block, but I gave myself a goal of how many realtors that I wanted to talk to each day, for example, or week. But that has petered off.
Oh, gotcha. So I mean, passive income obviously is a great income to have, but as far as real estate goes, it's another way to have a retirement. So if you don't know, your profit share, as long as there's profit in your profit share tree, you will continue to get paid every month, even after you retire. Once you've been with the company 7 years, or if you joined before it changed to 7 years. So you're fully vested at 7 years now. It used to be 3 years. So if you've been with the company a long time, then you're already vested. So there are 2 ways that I go about doing this, or how I would do this if I were not in the position that I am as a recruiter. But I do this all the time, even if I wasn't a recruiter, which is to seek out people that I feel like would be a good fit for real estate. So how many people have, when they've gone out to dinner, had like an amazing waiter or waitress where you're like, oh my gosh, these people would be great in real estate, right? Do you ever ask them, have you ever thought about a career in real estate?
I've tried that.
You have? Did it work?
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of times they take my business card, but I don't get their info, so I'm not doing it well.
Okay. How about you, Tati? You're shaking your head. Have you ever asked?
I've heard of it, I've never asked.
Never asked. Okay. So, what,
I
Krista?
never go out to eat.
Oh, well, we're gonna have to think of something different for you. Do you get coffee?
No, I
No?
don't buy coffee, just here.
Just here, okay.
And nothing in it.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm wacky
So we
and
might
I
have to come
have
up
done it.
What?
I'm wacky and I have done it.
And you have done it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And did it work?
Interestingly, yes, but not in the way that you would normally think. When I asked the individual about being interested, they said, I'm not. But I have a friend who is in real estate and they are having a tough time.
Oh,
Oh, interesting.
So, tell me more, and that conversation started that way. So, like anything else, it's just a matter, whether you're seeking a client or a potential agent, it's the same conversation. It is about initiating a conversation and then being prepared to follow it to where it goes.
and absolutely. It really is about just asking, right? Like just having a conversation. And it's no different really than when you're trying to find real estate business. You have to ask and talk to people and make connections, and the more connections you make, the more possibility you have to get people into your profit share. So, and it can happen in crazy ways. Like I was in Park City, Utah, shopping in a store with a friend, and I was being goofy because there was something in that, imagine I was being goofy, but there was something in the store that was like, something about wine, and I was like, oh, this is amazing, because in real estate, we need wine regularly, is what I said. And the lady at the counter was like, oh my gosh, you guys are in real estate, and I said, yes. And she said, I just passed my real estate exam, and I haven't chosen brokerage yet. And I was like, really? I'm like, okay, well, let me get your information. I'm gonna connect you with a team leader here in Park City, and they're gonna get you taken care of. And so she joined Keller Williams, and I still to this day get paid off of her profit in Park City. And I post on my Facebook regularly, like, looking for a career change. When I start doing career nights here, I'll be posting about career nights. And then that usually gets people, so When I start doing career nights, use that as a way to share to where it doesn't seem like it's coming directly from you, but just something like, hey, our coach is holding a career night. If you're interested in learning more about being in real estate, join her at this date. So it just gives you a way to kind of post it on your Facebook, and then people will reach out to you. It happens quite a bit. So where they're like, I hadn't thought about that, but I'm interested. And then before you know it, somebody is now in they've joined, they've gotten started, and they're making money in real estate, and you're getting a profit share check. What we asked in the beginning, do you get profit share currently?
No.
No, okay. So you would love to get profit shares, right?
Oh yeah, we should have ordered about that one.
Well, maybe we
Jason
need to
did.
throw that
Jason
one
did.
away. The other one got broken and maybe that one's
That
on its
was
way
broken.
out too, so. Sorry.
We're gonna just throw that one away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
So who benefits you and your family? The Market Center, all of KW. When everybody in a market center strategically focuses on profit share, profit increases for everybody. So if you're thinking, oh, why is recruiting important, or why should I do that? If you add to your profit share tree, which then adds to the profit of the market center, that then increases everybody's profit until profit share goes up. That's why they said all of KW. This is like, what will you do with your profit share? So I know people that have strategically worked their profit share. I actually use my profit share to buy my truck. I should have a picture of my red beauty up here. I have a Ford F-150 is what I drive at home.
Oh my gosh, I love
And
this.
it's bright Husker red. And it was a complete impulse purchase, but I was able to take my profit share and go put a large down payment on my truck. So that's what I did. So there's lots of ways to strategically work this. My boyfriend got licensed in Wichita, so then I can strategically get paid more on profit share on deals that we do. So there's lots of ways to increase it besides just recruiting. But so for recruiting in co-ops, Melissa, what kind of conversations do you have with co-ops?
I focus on having a good and smooth transaction before I talk too much about recruiting with each of them. But I definitely let them know how much I enjoy working at Keller Williams and ask if they'd be open to having a conversation. I'm not a very hard closer, so many of them say, oh, no, thank you, not at this time. I'm really happy at my company, and I just let it go by the wayside.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, not awesome.
Not awesome, but you're having a conversation.
Yes.
That's the awesome part, you're
Planting the
having a
seed.
conversation. Because eventually you'll get a yes. But, so there's an easy way to do this where you don't actually have to be the recruiter. Like, we aren't expecting you. Jamie and I are here to actually help grow your profit share. So that's our job, is to help you grow your profit share. So, for me, I would say, like my title here is Director of Growth, but when you are introducing me, like, to someone that you're co-opting with, or even a new agent that is curious about getting licensed, my preference is that you say, my coach, or my business coach, something to that extent. When you say Director of Growth, it just, I don't know, it's kind of just like a blah, like, they're like, oh, she's just out to, like, it just feels like I'm gonna come at them like guns a-blazing, right? So, I would say, so if you're co-opting with someone, say, man, this has been an amazing transaction and you are a great agent to work with. I would love to introduce you to our coach in our office. She's always looking to connect with people outside of the office. She coaches a lot of agents in the office. She's always looking for new ideas, and you were an amazing co-op, and she likes to connect with top agents. And can I have her give you a call so she can take you to coffee? or smoothie. They don't like coffee. Apparently Minnesota is not a thing because you guys are all, it's cold up here, but smoothie dates are like a thing in Wichita. So Kelsey told me that's not a thing here.
Do you get them at Scooters?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're opening one in Prior Lake, not far from our Prior Lake office.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, yes, Scooters is really good. Okay, any questions about like what that looks like, having the conversation? You know what I should have done, Jamie? I should have asked if there were any questions and I could write them on the whole board.
Oh, I guess so.
I mean, over there, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so in any situation, we're talking to someone who's interested, we just direct them to you? Is that the best option? Okay. Cause I did have I had a friend reach out and she just had some questions, you know, about real estate and being a mom and how does that work? And she has other connections with other brokerages too.
Uh-huh.
And I just sent her the link to the Zoom call. Yeah, that is there. But it'd be good to connect her to an actual, you know, in person. So I just wasn't sure how to handle.
Yeah, so, and no right or wrong here, right, like on how some things were done in the past, but, I'm changing that up a little bit, and so I am a firm believer in get them in the office, give them a tour, have a face-to-face conversation. So absolutely, like, I'm not about, hey, go fill out this form or do the Zoom link. I actually don't even work with lenders that send like a free call app in the, like, by text. I want the lender to actually call. So, I'm very particular about that, so
Okay.
if you get anybody, whether it's a co-op or a friend that's like, hey, I'm curious about real estate, just say, that's great. Do I have your permission to give my coach your phone number and have her call you? The best way to then go about doing that is to either text me and say, hey, I've got somebody interested in real estate, can you give them a call? Or email me. I'm gonna tell you text is better just because I get the text immediately.
Yeah.
And I prefer to call as soon as possible. So, what will happen if you give me a referral or Jamie a referral is we're going to immediately, obviously, thank you for the referral. Secondly, once we call them, we're gonna let you know right away what happened with that call. So, did we set an appointment? Did we just answer questions? What happened? You know what's going on with your referral at all times. And I think we're gonna get more techie with this. Jason is not in here. Maybe Victoria can answer this. I think we're gonna get a little bit more techie with this too. In command, if we enter them into command, from what I know, we didn't do this in Wichita, so I'm learning this, but it will notify you in command too, right?
I think we can set something up like that. Ultimately, it will all be.
Okay, yeah. So I will tell you that even with that, I will probably still text and have like a conversation just to make sure you got it. But yeah, you don't just let them give me a call.
I'll reach back out to her and just see.
That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah,
Good job.
absolutely. And just say, hey, we've got a new business coach, she moved here from Wichita. That's literally what Jamie and I have been doing, is I've been calling people in other brokerages and introducing myself as a new coach here.
Right, it's a good entrance.
Yeah, yeah. Good question. Toddy, do you have any questions? That's such a fun name, Toddy. It's like,
Your matches.
it's an amazing name. Okay, so Krista, what about you? I was told that you literally know every single person in this area, all of the agents. That's what I was told.
Oh, I don't know that. No, that's not true. If they've been in the business for a while, I probably do. There's a lot of new agents I don't even know in our office. That would be good to know first.
So you have a lot of great relationships, I'm sure.
I do,
Yeah.
I do. I struggle with a lot of them because, you know, they're all getting close to retiring and, so they're not gonna make a move. I've tried to work on a few of them to help them over the years and that kind of thing. So I kind of maybe try to switch focus a little bit and maybe try and I got a couple thoughts of going after some agents, definitely the ones I have transactions with, because I definitely had some good agents on the other end.
So on the people that are getting close to retiring, have you thought about maybe suggesting, hey, let's get you moved
Hand
over
up.
here?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But I think they've kind of working that already with an agent in their office,
Yeah.
and stuff, so.
Well, here's another thought on that.
I mean, I know Coldwell Banker pushes it pretty good because they're kind of teaming up when they're getting ready to quit.
Yeah, so another thought on that, on people that wanna retire, if they do have an agent that they work closely with currently, they could come over here, that person could name them as their sponsor, and now they get paid profit share and referral income. So that's a thought too. But you don't have to talk about that, if you just get the, like, if you connect Timmy or I, we'll handle that for you. So, if I make any point today, that would be my biggest point that I want you to take away from this, is that you don't have to, you do not have to go out and try to recruit or have difficult conversations with people. We will do that for you. We're the paid recruiters, you guys, we want you concentrating on real estate and doing what you do best.
Well, and that's, just recently, this last month, everything I've had has been in multiple offers. And I'll tell you, there's been some awesome agents that do such a nice job and that kind of thing, that, I probably have some names there that, I don't know anything about them, but, just the way they put their stuff together, the way they communicate, that kind of thing, they definitely would be somebody worth, trying to go after and have a conversation.
Krista does a great job of when she has multiple offers on one of her listings. If she has multiple offers on one of her listings, she calls all of them and lets them know where it's at, where they ended up, what worked well, what she liked. You know, she has a great conversation with them, which is a great opportunity too, because they're like, wow, I mean, how many are like, wow, you actually called me back, you know, it's
Yeah,
even
when they
though I'm
don't, when
like
they don't
20th on the
get it.
list.
Rather than getting an email like I just did on Monday.
Yeah, that would be, I mean, if you give Jamie and I a list, like, we'll sit down and call them and say, hey, Krista mentioned that she had a situation with you that was multiple offers recently, and you were gonna make.
And I have one that I will not let you have.
And
I
that's
got a
okay
few of
too.
those too.
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell us who those people are so we don't accidentally call them.
Yeah.
Or maybe they need a coach to coach them through why they need to be a better agent. Yes, so, but yeah, if you do not have to have tough conversations. You literally just need to get permission from them to have us call them. Now, on that situation where you have a list, that I don't necessarily need you to call them and get permission, because now I could just call and say, Krista said, she had a great,
Yeah, in conversation, she
you
mentioned.
know, whatever.
Yeah.
I could tee it up that way, but, yeah, but if you have a great co-op, and you're like, man, this is an amazing co-op. I have agents in Wichita that if they have a great co-op, what they'll do is they'll call and say, this was a great transaction, I'd love to take you to coffee and thank you for the great transaction.
I did that.
And then they schedule the appointment, and then at that appointment, then say, you were so great, I'd love for my business coach in our office to connect with you, or our team leader to connect with you, and then just let us know, and then you get, so you're kind of just teeing it up for us, but you don't have to do the heavy lifting. So, we are here to help you grow your profit share and your passive income, so. Sarah, do you currently get profit share?
Me? Yes.
Yeah, okay. Do you know that you can check your profit share on Command Mobile?
I don't know that I've ever checked it on Command Mobile. Yeah, I have seen it in Command, I guess.
Yes, so it's on mobile.
Okay.
Yeah, Victoria can show you where to find it.
Okay.
Just learned that, it's so
So
funny,
exciting.
because I didn't know that either.
It literally tells you your lifetime total and how many people you have in
Somebody
your
that
tree.
put command mobile.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
that.
Yeah, do that.
the goal
Like
is, were you here when I said what your goal was?
No.
15 people in your first level. Okay, so 15 people in your first level is your goal. I like this, having Jamie write stuff on the board. Very nice.
What does that mean in your first level?
Oh, that's a good question, not everybody knows this, yeah.
That is a good question. Yeah, because I didn't go over, like, explain profit share, how it works and all of that stuff. And I should have asked if you have specific questions, because sometimes I assume that people know, but, so in profit share, you have, first level means they came in, they named you as their sponsor, that's the first level. Now, let's say you came into Keller Williams, you named me as your sponsor, and then Jamie joined, and Jamie named me as his sponsor. Now Jamie's in your second level. So now you'll get paid off of Jamie and me, so every deal that closes, I'll get paid and you get paid. So you want 15 across and 7 up. So in your, or 7 down, I guess, not up, 7 down.
Maybe you're gonna cover this, but one thing I hear a lot in onboarding when I talk about profit sharing, people will ask, well, so I bring somebody in, tell them about the value, is the profit sharing I'm getting off their commissions? And I always tell them, no, it has nothing to do with your commission, because they're not directly taking any money away from your commission, it's from the profit of the company.
Yeah, do you guys, I'm guessing you don't fully understand that.
I don't,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So let me explain that. So, the awesome thing about Keller Williams and about profit share, and there's a phenomenal, Think Like a CEO podcast episode about profit share that I will, find, or Jamie can find, and then we'll send it out, because it's really, really good. And it explains why Gary Keller came up with profit share and why it's important. But so for every dollar that comes into KW, that then becomes profit, right? So we have to pay our expenses and everything like every other business. When at the end of the month, when there's profit left over, the owners of Keller Williams, whether it be this office or another office, keep only half of that essentially. It's like 51%. 49% gets then profit shared out to the agents that are helping build the company. So you get paid from the owner's profit, the company's profit, not from that individual's commission. So it's not ever taken from them.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like I've had like little conversations about it here and there, but haven't like fully understood.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that there's like a technical slide in here, but I'm all about like, so that's how to build your tree. That talks about the first level here. And then that's how it can grow. So I have people in like a third and fourth level in my, but I have more first level than I have anything else. But believe it or not, if you ever hear Jordan Freed joke about me and how I'm like his cash cow, Jordan recruited me to KW. And since my claim to fame, yeah, he recruited me to KW. And I was at a small brokerage and he recruited me from them back in his team leader days. And so I'm in Jordan's downline. And so the fact that I ended up being a recruiter benefited.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ed, real quick.
Yeah.
What's the benefit, or what's the difference between having it come out of commissions versus profit? What would that mean to anyone else in this world?
Oh, very good. So when it comes out of commission, that's where you hear people talk about rev share versus profit share. So we share profit, which makes us obviously we are thinking about profit at all times, and then rev share is where it is shared. And that's more of a revenue share. And so that there are people that talk about how revenue share is better than profit share. And actually in that podcast with Gary Keller, Think Like a CEO, they talk about that. Because Keller Williams at one point was rev share a long time ago. And it's not sustainable long term. Rev share is not.
Because
Because if you don't have profit, then
Once if the company's not profitable,
Yeah.
it goes down
happy,
fast.
right?
yeah, real fast, yeah.
A rev share, you can make up money quicker.
Yeah.
However, it goes by quicker as time goes.
Absolutely.
Profit share holds everybody accountable, and it's slower, however, it can last 2 generations as opposed to once you stop working revenue share, you stop earning.
Is Keller like the only one doing the profit share, or are there other brokerages that do it too?
We're the only one that does profit share.
I have a question. I thought I knew how this worked, but maybe not confused. So with revenue share, does your revenue share come from the commission of the agent who you recruited?
Comes from the company side.
Oh, it
Yeah.
comes from the companies, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially,
Which
when
is-
that company gets the commission check, they're sharing part of the revenue with the person that, yeah. The difference is, like Jamie said, the rev share is literally immediate, meaning we're sharing this person's revenue that they brought in. Ours is based off of profit, which is more sustainable, yeah. Which is why,
And it's more, I don't know if they go down any levels. We just,
yeah, I don't.
we got the 7 level.
Yeah, and, I'm not sure, like, if theirs is like a willable asset or anything like that, I don't think
No,
it
it's
is.
only if their people are making money.
Okay. Do you get paid if you leave the company?
No,
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Okay, alright. So at Keller Williams, once you're fully vested, you retire, you decide to go do a different career, then you will continue to get paid profit share as long as there's profit in your profit share tree. It is also a willable asset, and that actually, you do not have to be fully vested for that. If you join the company and a year from now, you build profit in your profit share tree and something happens to you, you don't have to be fully vested, at that point, your beneficiaries will get your profit. So then they then continue to get that every month on the 21st.
This isn't a great diagram, but if this is profit share, the amount that gets taken out for everybody that contributes to the profit share via the 30%, that just happens until you cap it. And then what's left over, that's what gets divvied up, what's left over, so it's not affecting you. However, when a revenue share gets going, let's say, this is, like I said, this is the best, but let's say this is the piece of the pie that gets taken out of that person at their closing. That gets divvied up into 1, into 2, into 3, into 4, before you know it, this is so taxed that the company at the top has to come up with new ways of bringing in money because this isn't helping enough. Does that make sense? And with a revenue share, you have to unlock 7 people to get a new layer. So even if you had, you recruited Danielle, who recruited me, who recruited Sarah, I should say sponsored, sponsored everybody in here, if you don't have 7 across, or 5 across, 7 across, depending on the company, you don't get the benefits of all these other people that you unlocked. And you have to keep unlocking them as you go, so it's essentially a job.
So recruiting becomes a part of what you need to do.
Right.
To make any money on it.
And it isn't
So
it
then
also,
real estate becomes.
More about that.
Secondary, yeah.
isn't it also, and I could be wrong, but beyond the recruiting, you have to like be really,
You need to.
you need
I
to
think
mentor,
you- yeah.
investor, and invest in their business, and teach them and.
From the
Watch
people
over.
I know at the company we're not naming.
Yeah.
EXP in
They
this
are the
case.
ones that are supposed to be mentoring
Yeah.
and training and coaching the people that they bring on. That's been just the conversations I've had.
That's what I've heard, and so that to me is like crazy, because if you're sponsoring somebody in Philadelphia, how are you gonna mentor and train them really well if you don't have a system built around that?
Well, and that's even if they're in your markets or your coverage,
It'll
it's
be
time.
like all
Yeah,
the
it's
rest of the
time.
companies, it's
Yeah.
done well because the market has done well. When the market changes, you will see so many companies go bye-bye. I've watched it for 40 years.
Well, I think it's also important to, you mentioned this earlier, that Keller used to be revenue share, and then Gary realized this is not sustainable, it's not gonna work. So that's huge.
100%, and, you know, the saying, I think it was, I stand with Gary, I think it was last year. That's 100% why I will never go to another company. Because Gary Keller is one of the smartest business people in the world, in my opinion, and if he says it, like, yeah, it's.
And he's
it's
looking out
possible.
for the agent.
That's what I was gonna say.
All the
He's
time.
brilliant and he really does care.
Oh, he does, yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about why he's so great. What does he do? He goes and interviews tons of agents. This is when he was an agent. So he's brilliant because he's gained the wisdom of everybody. So I encourage you, everybody who is an agent, meet with agents from other brokerages, not just because of this, but because of the wisdom you gain. And you'll also be surprised at what they don't have helping them. We take for granted naturally. They don't have resources,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
or training in a lot of cases.
Right?
Yeah, I met my, well, yeah, technically I hadn't even really been hired yet here, but I met with an agent from Remax here, that knew Jessica, and, we had her come in and I asked her some questions. And I talked to her, I think, for an hour, and in that hour, and she's been in the business less time than I have, but that doesn't matter, right? Because everybody knows different things. And when mailing postcards, like a just listed, just sold campaign, she's super strategic with it. She literally takes the time to do the research to find out, is this house a rental or is it an actual owner occupant? Like, so then she's not wasting money on and then it's very strategic, and then she calls and follows up. And I thought, how many campaigns have I sent out and just blatant, like, sent it to a neighborhood I've never thought to go through, or have an admin go through and figure out, like, is this worth sending to this particular address, right? Or like if they just bought a year ago, she doesn't send them a postcard.
2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago, that's what you
No,
did?
right, mine was 2 years because you don't think if they sell, they're gonna have capital gains,
So you do that, like you're super strategic that way? I never thought to do that, and I just send it out. Then, probably because like I go fast all the time, and so I don't wanna slow down to do that, but I was like, that's really brilliant, I hadn't thought about that, and so when you have those conversations with other agents, yeah, you do, I always learn something. And sometimes, like when I'm calling with Jamie and we're calling to set appointments to go meet with people for coffee, they're always like, are you trying to recruit me? No, I'm not, like I legitimately want to meet you. First of all, I don't really wanna say I'm gonna try to recruit them because I don't even know them yet. I may meet them and don't even like them and think this person is not a good cultural fit for our office. And the last thing, right, you want is to recruit somebody that's not a good cultural fit. And so, but I legitimately wanna meet them and learn about them and what they do in their business, because we all grow together, so. So this part is basically talking about what we've already talked about, which is just start the conversation, set up a time to meet, and then refer them to the team leader. So, if you've had a recent co-opt recently, is there somebody that you can call today and have that conversation with? Like, hey, you're a great, amazing co-op. I would love to connect you with my coach. Yes, no?
No, because she
No?
wasn't.
Oh.
Well, that's easy, don't call her.
I'm not.
Right? Check her out.
What about you, Sarah?
I
sent her a
have
thing.
a couple I'm in deals with right now that I think would be good, but probably after we close.
So, and if you ever want to, like, if I'm in my office or Jamie's in his office and you're like, hey, this person was an amazing co-op and you wanna hear the call just so you can hear what I say, feel free to stop by and we'll call them right then. If I'm not in an appointment, I'll call them right then. Yeah, so,
We are putting more systems in place for this.
Yeah.
So for example, once a contract happens, they're gonna get a call, just saying, hey, this is Jamie, and just wanna make sure Sarah's an amazing agent, but if you have any questions, anything comes up, here's my number. And then Matt's going to follow up at closing to say the checks have been cut, congratulations, and then I or Danielle both need to follow up with, that's where we set the appointment. We're also gonna start implementing more social media campaigns. I mean, imagine how many agents follow you guys and they have no idea even the concept that you have a Jason Arvidsson on your team that's willing to just jump in and help you at any moment with anything, or a Kelsey.
Well, a lot of brokerages are paring back,
yeah, they're paring back, and then what do? We bring people in, right? So we wanna help project to the world, because they have no idea, right? Those companies, people in those companies that have no idea that this is even an opportunity.
I think the one thing that we as Keller Williams agents, business owners, stakeholders in the company can do a better job of, myself included, is to share our story. Like, we have an amazing company with amazing value. This brokerage is really got a lot of amazing things going for it. I mean, that Jason as your tech person is so involved. I have yet to see a more involved tech person in an office than Jason. You know, Jamie leads with his heart, and like, you have an amazing team here. And so like, share that, right? Share the good stuff about this office and the training and the benefits that you get in this office. We just don't share our story enough. And so I think if we did a little bit better job, and honestly, the competition or people that are going or choosing to go other places, they're just louder than we are sometimes. And it's not that they're better, because they're not, they're just louder. So we need to be not, we don't have to be loud, but we can definitely start sharing more.
And those messages about the team is really your sphere. Your future buyers and sellers. It's just another opportunity to impress them with your team. That separates you from everyone else.
Yeah, and you know, with the trainings that we have, team meetings, I told Olivia, the first team meeting I attended here was the one that you guys had the panel of agents from other KWs that came. That was a family reunion level panel. The panel was amazing. By far the best team meeting I've ever been part of in my career. It was really good. You have massive value in your team meeting and your trainings, and so invite people to those. Just say, I always say, listen, we're an open company. You don't have to join to come and enjoy the training. Like, you can stop in anytime, and that includes people that are new that aren't even licensed yet. Invite them somewhere. Let them see the culture. Let them see how, you know, Victoria hugs everybody.
Yes.
It's amazing. And so like, they're gonna, the culture, the training, the tech, they're not gonna get that anywhere else, so. Is everybody comfortable with having the conversation with a co-op and with somebody that maybe just might be a good fit? Do you need to role play that? No, everybody's comfortable?
Super comfortable.
Yeah. Okay, okay. So you're going to give me the person, or you're gonna connect me with that person. Sarah's gonna give Jamie or I some people after you close.
Yeah, I'll get a couple people that I've closed with recently, I just can't remember names off the top.
So remember, you're not the recruiter, you just have to set the meeting, or not even the meeting, actually. I would prefer you just get permission for me to call, and let me set the meeting.
Can you maybe, for Laura and I, well, I'm not an agent, but for both of us that don't do this a lot,
Yeah,
can you maybe give a sample script of like how Laura would call back that agent or that friend that she was talking about
sure.
and connect her with you?
So, yeah, so what I would say when you call back, I would say, hey, I know that I had sent you the Zoom link, because in this case, you sent her the Zoom link, right? I would say I was just having a talk with my coach, and like, she would love to meet you and answer any questions that you might have. Can she give you a call?
Pretty doable.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's all, I mean, and then I'll take it from there, so.
Yeah.
And on a co-op, I think, I mean, we've talked about this, but it's really just, saying you were an amazing co-op. My team leader likes to connect with top agents. Can I have him give you a call? He'd love to take you to coffee. So.
Like that top agent line.
Yeah, it complements them, so.
As long as they're not brand new, then you just say, quality agent.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
I know, I'm working with one right now that's amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's connected to someone here also, so I feel like, I don't know, that would be a good option.
Ooh, that's a good, okay, so
Yeah.
that's a good point to bring up, because we didn't talk about that. So sometimes, an agent that you talk to knows more than one Keller Williams person.
Yep.
Or another objection you'll get when you say, hey, I'd love to have my team leader give you a call. Oh, no, because so-and-so is at your office and I can't stand them. It's usually Sarah, I think.
Oh.
That's not true. I don't know who even in this area is not liked, but Sarah is not one of those.
We ran one of them out of town.
Yes, so that's right. Actually, so the fun story about Sarah, really quick. Somebody needs to throw a scroll at me. Nisha, that came from Wichita, I'm meeting with her on Friday again in Wichita, actually, because I'll be back home. And I'm pretty sure she's joining, but Maple Grove is trying hard to get her. But she said about Sarah, she said that, Sarah is so nice and smiling, and she has such an amazing smile. She was very complimentary of you.
That's
She felt
funny.
very
I was
warm.
in a huge hurry. I felt so bad. I couldn't stop and actually, because Jamie introduced us and I was rushing for a phone call. Oh, that is really sweet.
Yeah, she felt like you were really warm and welcoming, yeah.
Thank you.
So, and that stuff matters, but, so to answer, when somebody either knows somebody in the office and you're like, well, maybe, don't assume that other person, one, has talked to them and connected us with you. But we do keep track, let's say you and Toddy both sent us the same agent. At the end of the day, it's up to that person who their sponsor is. And so if you connect us and for some reason they felt like Toddy was more influential in getting them to come to KW, that is that person's choice. We don't tell them who to choose for a sponsor. But don't ever be afraid to have that conversation, even if you know that they know a lot of other people here. Because, again, we're terrible at telling our story and we're terrible at asking people, can I have my team leader give you a call? Yeah. The worst thing that could happen, right, is they say, no, I don't want them to call. I'm like, okay, so apparently you don't like coffee. And then I usually joke and say, they'll take you to a smoothie too. Call you Jamie, they'll take you to a smoothie.
Would you like a smoothie? Yeah, that's perfect dialogue for me.
Make smoothie days a thing here in Minnesota, it's gonna happen.
We'll make it a thing.
Okay, so, but yeah, definitely have that conversation. And if you're in the office, you're like, okay, about to have a conversation and Jamie and I are free, come to the office, we'll coach you right before you make the call. We are here to help build your profit share. And that is the benefit of KW, because the other company that we weren't going to talk about, they don't have that. They expect you to go out and build your own rep share and all of that. They expect you to be a recruiter while also being an agent, and it's ridiculous. At Keller Williams, we don't want you to do that. We want you to go focus on real estate, let us recruit for you and build your profit share. So, and it's nice, I'm gonna tell you, when there's months I've gotten $100, last month I think I got $100 if you saw on the street. There's months that I've gotten $2,000. Those are nice months. So when you get $2,000 free money in your account, you're like, okay, I didn't even do anything for this. Especially because we recruited for you, all you had to do was make a call, and now you're getting money in your bank. Woo, yeah. Honestly, if I were an agent right now, not in the position that I'm in currently, I mean, I am an agent, but if I were just doing the business like you guys are and not actively recruiting, I would strategically time block for this once a week. Even if it's a couple of hours, let me focus on this for a couple of hours. Make sure you always have your business cards with you, but if you're out and about and you a waitress or somebody that you meet that you're like, oh my gosh, you are amazing, you'd be great in real estate. Waiters, waitresses, teachers, nurses, all make phenomenal agents. So if you know anybody like that, make sure you get their information while also giving them your card. And then get permission for me or giving a call. So we're almost at 4 minutes, and I didn't even go through everything, but I really wanted, I've sat through a profit share class where they talked about all the like, this is what profit share is, and this is the numbers and all that stuff. At the end of the day, that's important, yes, for you to understand, and yet, how do you go and build it, right? Like, what's the how to go build it? So, who is gonna set goals with me if they're going to go put one person in their downline that?
I have one I want you to target really bad. She's a fairly new agent, but she's so enamored by EXP.
Oh,
And so but that's not the good fit for her because she has got so much talent. She is such an educator. She does Zoom calls on other types of coaching and stuff and so, but
did you recently co-op with her?
I've been in a book club with her for a couple of years and she just got her real estate license last year and she went,
She went to EXP. What's her phone number?
I'll give it all you, I'll give you the background.
I can call her right now and just say that Krista said you're amazing and I'd love to meet you. Yeah.
Okay, her name is Leanne.
I gotta get my dial thing out. Okay, Leanne, and what's?
Leanne, and her phone number is 651-200-3807, and she just brought in the tenant for one of my leases, or my, one of my rentals.
All right, here we go. It was 617, right?
651-200.
200.
Oh, never mind, this is dialing.
651.
I forgot I dialed through my.
3807. Leanne Lyon. She's in this. Yeah. This should be the comment she's
Arrows at you. Just to remember.
You know what, hold on a second,
Oh, I just.
I guess we're on my phone twice here, just to
Okay, 651-200-3807.
Krista's looking to see if she has a different phone.
Yeah, let me see which one I have her. Let me give you a different one to try, maybe she changed it here.
Okay. Go ahead.
Maybe that might have been her home number. 612-247-8170. That's actually the most recent one she texted me from.
Hi, is Leanne available? Hi, Leanne, this is Danielle with Keller Williams Preferred Realty. How are you doing? Really? What did the other two call you about? Oh, wow, well, good for them. I actually am calling because I was having a conversation with Krista in our office this morning. And I think you're in a book club with her. With Krista? Okay. Yeah, so she has said that you are super talented. Yeah, she said you're super talented, like an amazing gal. And I am a new business coach in our office that actually just moved here from Wichita, Kansas. And so I've set a goal, yeah, thank you. So I set a goal to meet some agents outside of our office and just to get to know people here and, see what's working for you currently, what's not working for you. So I'd love to take you for coffee. Do you have like a day, like just morning or afternoon typically work better for you? I need coffee so bad right now, I could cry. You're like me. Yesterday I had like 4 cups before 10 a.m. It was ridiculous. Yeah. I am. I work out of Krista's office, yeah. Oh, awesome. Fantastic. So do you wanna meet for coffee now? To your house? Oh my gosh, I've never had anybody invite me to their house. This is so exciting. Yeah, I would love. Okay, so you want to text me I'm gonna bring coffee. So, and so is it okay if I bring, my team leader with me? Just cause we're working together right now. Okay, awesome. So can you? Yeah. Oh, well, I don't expect you to. You're at home, you need to be comfortable. Okay. I can. Okay, awesome. Text me your address and your coffee order. And we'll be over in like, yeah? What? Oh, okay. Well, we'll be done before noon because I have a noon, so. Okay, so yeah. 651-321-1880. Medium dark roast from Starbucks. No creamer, no nothing? Oh. Leanne, I like you already. We are gonna be besties. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, okay. Okay, no problem. All right. Danielle? Yep. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, this is so awesome.
Good job.
This is why us getting warm handoffs are amazing.
Yeah.
We called and called and called yesterday. We had one person agree to meet for coffee, but you guys get inundated with calls. She got inundated with calls, but this was, oh my gosh, it's Krista.
Anybody that knows Krista is my.
That's what she said.
Wow.
The door's open,
She
just
didn't
yell.
even
Yeah.
remember your name and she was inviting you
Yeah.
and said, just walk in.
Yeah.
This is the first
Oh,
for
what's
me.
your
I've
name?
never been invited to somebody's house, so this
Well,
Wow.
Well, she will be
That's awesome.
very inviting, and
That's so
she's,
great.
like I said, she used to be an ambassador for BNI.
Mhm.
She networks like crazy, and I think she should come to this company and become a trainer because she's so good at training. I've sat on some of her training things for just personal coaching and stuff. So I don't know how she'll do in real estate because she's in so many things, but she knows people.
Well, meeting well networked is.
That's
is
right.
part of it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's awesome.
All right, does anybody have any questions? But
That was amazing.
That was awesome.
I will be anxious to hear how it goes.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Well done.
You'll enjoy her, you'll enjoy her.
I'm excited. And she's letting me bring you, Jamie.
Yeah, how about
Yeah.
that?
Too precious.
She clearly likes pets, so that works.
It's outstanding.
Thanks for doing that.
Again, as you see, the cold calling just, it's
Well,
going to the wayside.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa.
I love how she handled the, when she said, I've been called by a bunch of people,
Yeah.
that was great. Because I know, I'm sure everybody's busy out there recruiting like crazy.
Oh, for sure, which is why a lot of agents